What's happening, everybody? So, has the hangover worn off yet? The Demon's been released, and I cannot tell you how excited I am about this car. What Mopar has been able to do is they have been able to harken back on their past from the early 60s, from the time when Mopar was the dominant name in drag racing, especially at the grassroots level. This is what is being resurrected here with the Demon, and in many more ways than just the dominance at the track. If you noticed when they were doing the release, that level of marketing, that level of production is something that performance car enthusiasts just have not seen since the mid-60s. Mopar is going back to marketing their cars directly to enthusiasts. And it's not just the Demon that they're doing this with. Look at the ads for the Demon on top of the Durango, four-wheel burnout. Look at the SRTs. Look at the, TAs, the Daytonas. All of these cars are coming out now with this awesome marketing behind them. The full weight of FCA driving cars to enthusiasts, as opposed to enthusiasts having to envision these things only in their imagination. What an amazing time to be alive, especially when you look at the muscle car or pony car wars. But see, here's the thing. The Demon is not a pony car. It is a pure-on muscle car, the likes of which no other manufacturer can compete with and offer any answer to. This is the beauty of the Demon as well. You don't have to settle for second best when you've got the Demon. You've got a car that from the showroom floor is capable of running not only low 10s, but 9s. And not only 9s, but deep into the 9s. No other manufacturer can claim that. And sure, there's other cars that may handle better. There's other cars that may be considered more better balanced performance platforms. But you know what Mopar said to that? Yeah, fuck you. We don't need all of that. This is who we are. This is our turf. And if this is our home base, you're not coming over onto our shores and kicking our ass with some Holden-derived whatever or some world platform. No. This is our hometown. This is where we're going to stake our claim. And because of that, they are going to dominate this segment moving forward. And look, I get it. Tuners can make anything fast. That's not the point. This is an OEM driving a perfectly street legal car deep into the 9-second zone. This is a street legal drag race car that we have not been able to actually see since the glory years of the muscle car wars from the 1960s. And that's another cool thing about the Demon, and with Mopar as well. With Mopar basically opening the doors back in the early 60s to grassroots racers that were dedicated and were enthusiastic about racing as it sits as a lifestyle, the Demon will slam the door in the face of any competition that tries to even come close to harkening back on their own whatever possible victories they may have had back then, or whatever past they may have. Because those manufacturers don't market to enthusiasts. They market to journalists, it seems. You know, how fast does it go around the Nürburgring ring? What did it do around our road course? And Mopar's like, you know what? You can take those courses and rings and shove them up your ass. This is what we came to do, and the rest of it can do its own thing. And I love that attitude. That cocky nature that Mopar just walks in and basically whips it out and lays it on the table with a thud. That is what it means to be Mopar guy. And that is what I am so proud of with Dodge doing this with the Challenger. Now, let's talk about the car just a little bit. So we know it runs mid-9s, but to understand what mid-9s means and what the whole certification meant when they were talking about the car was not legal for competition, what that basically harkens back to are one specific rule, and that is if you go quicker than 10.000, in other words 9.999 or quicker, you've got to have a cage in the car. And I doubt that the Demon comes with the cage. Now, taking that a step further, if you do take that car to the drag strip and you do have a cage, yes, you're going to have to wear at least a fireproof jacket, obviously the lid, but you're going to have to come with your NHRA license as well. That's right, if you run quicker than 10.000, per the rules, you've got to have an NHRA license. Yep, there's a few things you're going to have to overcome. Kind of put them on your to-do list if you do decide to get a Demon, but you know what? That's all part of the fun. You now have the only car that you have to put a cage and have a different driver's license than the one issued by the state you live in to drive it at full sun. So let's talk about driving that thing at full sun. Granted, pricing hasn't been released yet, but the rumors are floating around 90 grand, give or take, something like that. Well, the thing is that you're going to have dealer markup, I'm sure, on this thing is going to be astronomical. But I'm just hoping that these cars don't get selected up real quick by a bunch of collectors. And I'm hoping that we'll actually be able to see more than one or two of these things on an actual drag strip in real life. Because I have a feeling you might not see too many of them running down the drag strip if it's sitting in a bubble in a garage in some collector's warehouse being held on to cover his kids' college tuition in the year 2026. So, at any rate, wanted to give my thoughts on the Demon. I cannot be any more excited and any more proud to be a Mopar guy and to be able to enjoy and to witness this next evolution in the muscle car wars. Good job, Mopar. Makes me really proud to be an SRT owner. Post up your comments, let me know what you think. And that's a wrap. Adios.